Hey, good morning. Happy chair yoga day. It's a beautiful day to come to a chair and practice. So we're going to get friends with the wall today. So I want you to have your chair facing the wall and somewhat close. Like here's my knees, here's the wall. So there's about 8 inches from my knees to the wall. So I want you to get comfortable there. And you can start with your chair towards me, or you can have the back of your chair like mine. It doesn't matter either way. So we're gonna actually start though with our legs forward. So the wall will be next to you. Hands are gonna rest on your lap and create a really tall spine here. So the work of the practice today is going to be to use the wall as yet another tool in lengthening, opening, stretching the body. We've used straps, we've used blocks, we've used other chairs, we've used a lot of different tools. And today I'm going to show you how to access some of the traditional poses that we come to in yoga, particularly plank and downward facing dog, utilizing the wall. So we're going to start without the wall for a while and just kind of come in and connect to our physical body and our breath. So with a tall spine, go ahead and lower your chin to your chest and feel as though the shoulders start to nestle and dip down your back. And then start your practice just coming into an awareness of your body at attention. So there's some activity in the spine. It's not round, it's not soft. There's some attention to the legs, to the feet. There's some attention to how the chin nestles deep into the chest. And then there is this attention to the breath as you begin to inflate the belly just a little bit more, coming into a more full breath. And then letting that breath go. And take one more just like that. And then, as always, so important to come to gratitude for this beautiful day, for all that we have, for all that we are, all that we give, and all that we receive. Start to elevate the eyes, the chin, and the nose. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder and take your left arm up and over. Get a nice big good morning stretch. Then go ahead and lower your left. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder as your right arm reaches up and over. Nice, recreate length here. Go ahead and bring your right hand down. I'm gonna lean forward, allowing the belly to eventually reach the thighs. Eyes go to your toes. Just hinge from the hips and get a bend. Begin to rise back up to center and roll your shoulders back and down. So we're gonna start by turning towards the wall. So I'm just gonna move my knees around and then place your hands directly in front of you. Fingers are gonna be upright. And if you have ever practiced traditional yoga, you know that this is sort of how we set ourselves up for plank. Hands on your shoulders, right? Knees in alignment with hips. And then I want you to take your hands and walk them at least 1 to 2 hand widths. Lengths up, widths, lengths, doesn't matter. And then begin to lean forward. Press into the wall. Keep leaning forward. Maybe the forehead or the crown of the head, between the crown and the forehead, right at your hairline reaches the wall. You should feel an amazing stretch through the back here. Take a long breath in and a long breath out. Start to rise up and walk your hands back, shoulders. So that was a downward facing dog, utilizing the wall. We're gonna come into a plank pose. So hands are directly in front of the shoulders. We're gonna bend our elbows, hinge forward, and press back. And do that again. Bend and press. So we're gonna add some breath here. We're gonna inhale at the plank, exhale lower. Inhale to the plank, exhale lower. Bring your elbows in. So this isn't a push-up where the elbows flail out. They pull in and we press back. Do 3 more. And press. 2, press. Last one. Now we're gonna add on to this. We're gonna come into what in yoga practice on the floor is called chaturanga dandasana. So I'm gonna teach you this and then we're gonna come into a sun salute using the wall as our support system. So we're gonna be in plank pose. We're gonna take a breath in. Bend your elbows halfway, come towards the wall. Then inhale, lift your nose. And when you exhale, walk your hands up and come to that down dog. Then inhale back, hands come back to plank, exhale towards the wall. Inhale, lift your nose. Exhale, hands rise, and we come to down dog. 2 more. Inhale, push, walk the hands down. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift your nose. Exhale, hands walk up, head goes towards the wall. Inhale back, hands walk down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands up, and stay in the downward facing dog using the wall. So rest your head and feel the stretch through the back and through the arms. It's so beautiful. We get that calming of the nervous system. We get the length of our spine. So you inhale, push back. Walk your hands back into that plank pose. So you should be feeling a firing of this tricep muscle right there. Pretty fabulous, huh? So we're gonna come back to the plank pose, bend your elbows, and we're gonna pulse here. So notice my spine stays really straight. I'm just hinging from my hip crease, and I'm building a little bit of heat into my triceps. 4, 3, 2, last one, press back. Go ahead and bring your hands to your knees. Take your right arm across your body, grab it and pull. This is gonna give a little stretch to the tricep and the shoulder. Then we switch. So we're gonna utilize the wall here, coming into a traditional sun salutation. So we're gonna begin with mountain pose, which is simply arms spread high. And as you come into mountain pose, drop your shoulders down your back and draw your ribs in. So a lot of times we see this like crunching through the back as we attempt to pull our ribs out. Draw your ribs in. So we're gonna play with that position just so that you can get a feel. So push your belly forward and then pull your belly in. Do that again. Push your belly forward, pull your belly in. Starting to fire up the core muscles. And now stay with the belly in, come into mountain pose. Begin to draw a line with your nose up the wall and reach as if you're reaching up towards the heavens, just feeling this strong, strong mountain. Take a breath in. Grab your left wrist and pull up and over to the right. So we get a side bend. Then we recreate the mountain, look up. Grab your right wrist and pull. Come back up to center and lower your arms. Push them directly into the wall plank pose. Take a breath in. Bend your elbows, exhale. Inhale, lift your nose. Exhale, walk your hands and lean forward. Down dog, stay for a couple breaths. Inhale, push away from the wall, hands walk, shoulder height. Exhale, bend your elbows. Feel your heart up, nose up. One more down dog. Exhale, walk your hands. Hinge. Stay. Push back. Hands come back to the plank, and then they lower to your lap. I'm going to take that cycle one more time through. There's 2 chaturangas, and then we come back here, and then we're going to add on. Arms grow high. You'll take a breath in. Look up. Grab your left wrist and pull it to the right. Come back to center. Breathe. Grab your right wrist. Pull to the left. Come back to center. Take a breath. Hands come to the wall. Exhale. Take a breath in as you set up. Then exhale, bend. Inhale, lift your nose. Exhale, walk your hands. Lean forward. Stay for a breath. Inhale, push back. Exhale, hands walk down. Take a breath in. Bend your elbows, last chaturanga. Inhale, lift your nose. Exhale, hands walk up. And you lean. Rise up. Hands walk down. And then back to your left and pause. And just allow the posture to come into your body. This pausing is so key. Bring your left hand up the wall so it's not directly in that plank position. It's a little bit higher, more like the down dog position. And then reach your right arm up and turn and hook your hand over the back of your chair. So we feel that expansion. Now creep your left hand up. Lean, getting a nice stretch for underneath the armpit and into the rib cage. Plus the twist is nice. Go ahead and come back up. Right hand comes back to the wall. We're gonna switch. Left hand goes around and hooks. Right hand draws up and lean. Left arm goes back up to the wall. Go ahead and bring your right hand down, make an X with your arms, cross left over right, pull your belly in, round your spine, tuck your chin, get a stretch. Come back up, cross right over left, pull the belly in, round the spine, big round here. You should feel space between your shoulder blades. And then come back up, uncross your arms, bring them behind you, grab your chair, and lean forward. Kind of rise back up, walk your hands around. We're gonna go ahead and lean back onto the chair. So again, I had a lot of space. I was sitting on the edge of my chair, and now I can rest my trunk. We've done a lot of work with the shoulders and the lats. We're gonna bring our left leg, so grab it if you need to. Squeeze it in tight, maybe squeeze, give a little basket with your fingers. Open your hip, close your hip. So we're just working into the hip joint here. We'll take 2 more like that. So yet another view of my studio. That's sort of my storage pile over there. I keep my mats and my blocks, my blankets. Now bring your nose in towards your knee. This is a great big wall. It's at the back of my studio, so I really get to use it for space, and it's just a nice place, but it's a different view. All right, now that I have my leg tight, I'm getting a stretch from my hamstring and where it attaches to the glute. Now hook my hands underneath my left leg and then begin to straighten it and find the wall. Okay, so now we're working into lengthening here. When you get your leg up on the wall, point your toes. You feel a stretch down the front part of the leg, and then flex and point. Do a couple more just like that. This is excellent for creating some blood flow in the leg. and then the calf. Nice. Now, if you need to, grab your left leg, bring it down the wall so that we're at this 90-degree bend. We're going to allow the hip to open because we're going to sit forward and lean forward. Hook your hands underneath the foot. It provides just a little bit of leverage. Now we're getting into the hip joint. Draw your nose towards your belly and just stay. Start to come back up. Keep your leg at this 90-degree bend here. Toes are up. You're going to lift the heel and press the heel. Lift the heel and press the heel. Beautiful. Just 5 more. You're going to feel a little bit of calf work here. 3, 2. I was able to open up all my studio today. I usually have, I have lots of glass doors on that end, and I have them covered in curtains for the winter because it gets really cold in here. But now it's sunny and bright, and the curtains are pinned back for the season, and it's bright and beautiful. Take your left leg, and you're going to press your heel there. Here's where you might decide, I'm going to stay right here. I feel a lot of stretch here. But if you don't, and you have a desire for a little bit more, go ahead and sit up tall, hook your hands under, and bring your nose towards you. It's a little bit too much for me today. I'm really tight through my left leg. We'll see how my right leg is, but my left is not liking that. So I'm going to stay here and attempt to walk my leg a little bit higher, and I'm getting a great stretch. Just be mindful that the knee joint doesn't hyperextend. So you should feel all the way into the glute. We're going to stay for a couple breaths and just allow the blood not only to drain from the feet, so this is great to do at the end of the day, but also brings length here to some of that connective tissue that gets really tight, especially if we're sitting a lot. Now, we're going to take the leg and we're going to bring it over, and now we feel that IT band, that outer stretch from the knee to the hip into the glutes. Get a stretch. Make sure your toes are reaching back towards your nose. Feel that? That's amazing, isn't it? Very hard to do in a chair without using the wall to get into this part of the body. And we're going to grab the leg, bring it back to neutral or center, and then open it up towards the left, and we get an inner thigh stretch. So my foot actually on this painting, it should be on the wall, but I didn't plan this well enough. So push against the wall and get a stretch here. All right, we're going to do that whole series with the other leg. Come back to neutral, bend, and then lower. So sit tall, lean back, right leg draws in, make a basket, and squeeze. We're going to open and close. Open and close. 4 more. 3. It's all just about movement and connecting to your body. Getting a stretch. Last one. Yeah. Walk it up the wall. So start here and then find it. So I'm tight here too, so we'll see how much I can do. Point your toes. Get a stretch for the shin. Flex. Push into the heel. Point. And flex. If you're not able to do that, just allow your foot to be where it's at. Grab your leg, bring it 90 degrees, sit up, go inside, grab the instep and hinge. My spine rounds here. I'm getting into my hip. Nose to belly. And then come back up, lean back. Go ahead and elevate your leg again. You might stay here. If you want more, push yourself up and lean forward, aiming your nose towards your knee. It's a deep, deep stretch, so never push your body. I'm feeling it big time in the back of my leg. I did a lot of yard work and walking yesterday, so I'm really tight today. I'm gonna go ahead and lean back and just allow my body to do the work. Sometimes when we try to push ourselves too far, too much, the body actually becomes tenser and tighter, and it resists our attempt to open because we're pushing. So a lot of times in anything in life, on the mat, on the chair, or off, the more we resist, the more we push, the more things push back and resist what we're trying. So it's learning both in our physical body and our practice to lean in versus push or resist. Go ahead and take your right leg. We're going to open it first. So we're going to get the inner thigh, push against the heel to the wall. Then we're going to come into the IT band stretch. So bring it back to neutral, back to center, and then walk it over only about 5 inches, not much. And the toes come back towards your nose. You'll feel from the knee attachment up into the hip, this big stretch. A lot of times you do foam rolling on this IT band if you have hip pain, and it really helps to eliminate some of the tightness that comes in our hips and even in our back if we roll our IT band out. Come back to neutral, bend it, and then lower it. Go ahead and sit tall and bring your legs wide as if you're sitting on a horse. So I'll show you my legs here. So they're really, really wide, and that's where we're gonna be for a while. All right, hands are gonna walk back up into the shape that we had for downward facing dog. There we go, a little bit of both. So hands walk up, legs are wide, and we push our belly through the legs and find the wall with our head, just at the hairline there. Stay and breathe. Stay and breathe. Should feel amazing. So if you've practiced on the floor and you find that downward facing dog is too painful for the wrists, or your legs aren't able to lift up into a down dog, this is a beautiful option. Very quieting for the body. Start to push into the heels of the hands and push your body back. Go ahead and walk your hands back down. Lower your right elbow onto your right thigh. Left arm goes up and over. Keep your legs nice and wide. And then we'll switch. Left elbow to the right, to the left leg as the right arm goes up and over. Come back up. Bring your hands to your thighs. And then scoot back onto the seat of your chair so that you don't hit your head on the wall, but we're coming down. So you're gonna just pull your belly in and round, and maybe you stay there. Maybe you reach down for your ankles and you come into a fold, and then let your head find the wall. Push against the top of your head against the wall as you're hinging into a wide fold. And begin to walk your hands back up to your knees. Push yourself up. So you can see when we put pressure here on our head, the nervous system almost gets like this washing of quiet. It just does something. It sends messages to the brain to calm. So finding the hairline against the wall in that down dog or the crown of the head in that fold really sends some beautiful messages into the brain. So we're going to take our hands to the wall, but this time fingers are going to go down, and we just push and we get a nice stretch. And now bring your fingers out to the side. Arms are straight and push. So when we push here, we feel activation in the belly. See how I'm leaning slightly forward. And now fingers go up, legs are wide, and we come back into the bends and the press. Bend, draw your elbows in, and press. 2 more. Now, hands walk up the wall. This time, try to walk higher than you've been. Make sure the heel of your hand can stay pressed into the wall, and then lean forward. Bring your head right between your arms and find that downward facing dog with wide legs. Tuck your chin and breathe. Take a big breath in. Maybe sink just a little bit more in your exhale. And then rise. Walk your hands just a little bit higher than your shoulders. And then tip your pelvis forward, lift your nose. Open up the throat and the heart. Beautiful. Come back and bring your hands down. Keep your legs wide. Hook your left hand on your right knee. And just let your right arm hook around your chair and begin to spin to the back. Come back to center and we switch. Right hand to left knee. Left hand finds the chair and return. Come back to center. Just about finished up, my friends. Walk your legs in. Take your right leg up and over your left. So we have this figure 4 stretch. I'm going to bring my toes back and use the wall for support today. Walk your hands to the wall and begin to lean. So feel a deep stretch in your hip joint, in the glute, tuck your chin. Come on back. We'll do the other side. Left is going to go over right. Sit tall, find the wall. You'll notice maybe the hands are in a different spot on this hip. Tuck your chin, round your spine. Begin to come out. Take your hands onto your lap, uncross your legs. Bring your hands one more time to the wall. My knees are closed. I'm going to let my belly find the tops of my thighs. My last downward facing dog. Begin to bring your hands down, one at a time to your feet. Lay your body over your lap and fold. Begin to come up. Close your eyes. And just let the practice come into your body. As we have been focusing most of the month on the heart, those downward facing dogs are a great way to stretch the areas around our heart, especially the back. As we allowed the heart to move towards the wall, we were able to open up the back of the body into the lat muscles and the arms. Just let your body feel. When you're ready, begin to come up and open your eyes and just turn towards me and come back. So it's an honor again. I hope that you're finding all of the different ways to practice chair yoga by using different tools to be of benefit. I'll be back next week for more. So in the meantime, enjoy this practice and be sure to pick up the meditation this week. It's going to be a good one. All right, I'll see you really soon. Take care.